Hello fam, welcome back to our channel. Oduduwa Republic is at it again, and they have come up with something most Nigerians have been looking at but not seeing the true picture. And they have taken their time to explain the situation Nigeria is in. And for those of us or those Nigerians general who still have not seen the true picture of where Nigeria is right now or where it may likely be, Oduduwa Republic took their time to explain how wonderful the nation is right now. And for those who don't even have an idea, they have painted a picture that honestly, if you look at it, they are actually not far from the truth. In fact, they have hit the nail on the head. But before we go into the news proper and further analysis, we would like you to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button. Beside it, you will see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. Well, this particular Oduduwa Nation, that's the organization, is actually the Yoruba World Congress, headed by Professor by Banji. But let's go into what he said properly. He said the House of Fulani have already restructured the Nigeria. Nothing else to be restructured. For those of us clamoring for restructure is telling us that already it has been restructured. And they went further to explain how the menaces, the consequences, and where we are right now. Let's continue. He said, look, I am not surprised with the level of innocent ignorance being displayed by many miseducated illiterates across Yoruba land when it comes to understanding politics and self-preservation. Till today, many educated illiterates in Yoruba land are still shouting restructuring and unity in diversity, while poverty and economic subjugation continue to be their daily manner and dosage. We kept on asking the Hausa Fulanis to join the bandwagon of restructuring Nigeria for the past 50 years, yet they ignored the calls for a diplomatic solution to the madness of the so-called unitary system of governance in Nigeria. In fact, they openly denigrate any Yoruba man or Igbo man who openly preaches for true federalism in Nigeria. While many ignoramuses see the House of Fulanis as backward people, I see them as a smart, dangerous, destructive people who have mastered the art of peregrine economic parasitism and federal control over indigenous people for political and economic control till eternity. Eternity, that's serious. So, for the record, no ethnic nationality has ever outsmarted the Fulani hegemony in using diplomacy to free themselves from Fulani bondage and imperialism, except in an open warfare. That is why they used one Nigeria to zone all military installations into Hausa Fulani land in order to have monopoly of violence in the nearest future when the indigenous people in Yoruba land, Igbo land, and Middle Belt openly rise up to break the yoke of bondage on their necks. Hausa Fulani nation have successfully restructured the judiciary to favor their own civilization and ideology. They have Sharia courts, Sharia constitution, and Grand Hadi across 12 states of Nigeria, funded by all revenue from the infidel north or infidel south, as the case may be. They have created their own state police called Hizba, that's Hizba police, to implement the Sharia constitution across Hausa Fulani land. To make matters worse, they have also hijacked the federal police, the Air Force, Army, Immigration, Custom, prisons, civil defense, DSS, NDLEA, and so on. To make it simple, they control virtually all parastatals that carry guns in Nigeria. They took it to another level under President Muhammad Buhari. They have successfully used nepotism and open show of despotism to hijack the economy lifeline of Nigeria into Fulani feudalistic agenda. They are the Minister of Finance, they control NNPC, Minister of Petroleum, they control all the ports, NEMASA, Customs, and so on. The Fulanis are on top of 90% of the wealth that is coming into Nigeria. This is a group of people that contribute less than 1% to the wealth of Nigeria. The Attorney General and the Chief Justice of Nigeria are also all Fulanis. To destroy the agitation of Southern Kaduna indigenes, El-Rufai drew the Southern Kaduna indigenes under the bus by turning them into a religious and political minorities. and using a Muslim ticket, not minding the inflammable nature of Kaduna to subjugate the right of southern Kaduna indigenes to fair representation. This individual is also hell-bent on taking over from Buhari to continue the destruction of other ethnic groups in Nigeria. Lastly, Zamfara State is one of the highest producers of gold in sub-Saharan Africa. Unlike the conquered people of Niger Delta, Ondo State, the Fulani government of Zamfara were given the go-ahead to create gold reserve and economic control of the gold in Zamfara, which is not obtainable in Niger Delta. Correct. While the Fulani controlled federal government of Nigeria sit on top the ports, the taxes, the crude oil, and the mineral resources of Yoruba land, Igbo land, Middle Belt, and Niger Delta. What I have explained above is restructuring of the Hausa Fulanis in Nigeria. In fact, they are presently planning how to seize its ancestral lands and waterways from indigenous people and give it to Fulani aliens across the Middle Belt and southern Nigeria in a bid to colonize the whole country without any shame and conscience. That is the Nigeria Femi Falana, Tinubu, Obasanjo, Sowore, Bisi Akande, and Afenifere wants Yoruba nation to be proud of. As I used to say, many of these people are either Olori Buruku people. God forbid, they are not Olori Buruku nítorí Ọlọ́run, ẹ jọ̀ọ́ nítorí Ọlọ́run. They are not Olori Buruku. I take that again, please. I rephrase that. He wrote here Olori Buruku, but please, they are not Olori Buruku. These are elder statements, please. I take that back. Now he now went further. He said, the solution of Nigeria is the freedom we need from slavery and internal colonialism of the Fulanis. Ààrẹ Kuremi Kakanfò. Ààrẹ Kuremi Kakanfò. Now, these are the stuff. So check out the MNN NINS alliances. Now, this is it. Now, he now went further to give descriptions of how should be broken. Now, see. In a summary, they have given us the true picture of where Nigeria is. But I don't want to look at the name calling. Let's leave the name. Let's leave the messenger. Let's look at the message. Is it right? Is it being bigotry in his statement? Is it being tribalistic? I would say no. Look at the analysis the Yoruba Oduduwa nation gave. You're going to be seeing the tweet as we talk. I'll upload it. You are seeing the tweet as we're talking. The analysis, is it wrong? Who is the head of judiciary? Who is the CGN of Nigeria? NIMASA, immigration, who are topping this? How many indigenous, how many tribes do we have in Nigeria? How many tribes are well represented in Nigeria? I'm talking about heading top parastatals. Parastatals that bring taxes, that's the financial parastatals, and even the defense parastatals. How many of them are being manned by other tribes other than the House of Fulani? He mentioned them all. None is manned by any other tribe or House of Fulani. Have you now seen that even though they have not restructured officially, but there's already restructuring. Amatekun was supposed to become, or is supposed to become, a regional security outfit. They vehemently said no to it. It had to be community policing. But Hishbe is already up and running. And it's actually a form of Amatekun. Yes, you may say it's only in a particular place, but if you watch, wasn't that the same Hishbe that have started saying women should not be wearing glasses, they should not be carrying mobile phones in this jet age? Excuse me? That's how wonderful. We keep saying this thing, don't do this, but behind that doing it unofficial, it is being done. This is where we are really. It's a food for thought. While we're clamoring for restructuring, maybe we should follow the same pattern and also restructure in that same likelihood. But let's hear what Nigerians are saying generally. Just take one or two statements. This one here say, these are the problems, these are the problems we are talking about. The likes of Major Chukwuma Kaduna Nzeugwu, Major Gideon Oka, Fela Anikulapo Ransom Kuti, Nnamdi Kanu, Gani Fawayimi, and so on, long envisaged with the political military domination by these feudalists. But of course, nobody heard them. This way, people heard, but they didn't really do much with their exposure. They just felt maybe these guys are just being there, but they actually had the eyes all along. But the majority of Nigerians didn't see the picture as it was being painted. This one here is saying, Whoever that is blind to what is going on in Nigeria now will remain blind forever. This one is, man, this is serious stuff. I tell you, it's a serious, very serious stuff. I tell you. Let's meet in our comment section. What's your take on this expository, mind-boggling analysis coming from Oduduwa Nation? It's what is food for thought, and it's what brooding over. Let's interact in our comment section.